Despite the warning from the police, the mysterious figure continued to lurk around Millville. There were reports of sightings, but whenever the police arrived, the figure had already vanished into the darkness. The town was on edge, and many people started to avoid going out at night. Emily, in particular, was deeply affected by the encounter. She had nightmares and struggled to sleep at night. One evening, as she was sitting in her living room, she heard a tapping on her window. She froze in fear, but then realized it was just a tree branch tapping against the glass. She tried to calm herself down, but then she heard something else, a low, menacing growl. She peered out the window and saw the shadowy figure staring back at her, his eyes glowing in the darkness. Emily screamed and ran to the phone, dialing the police. But when they arrived, the figure was nowhere to be seen. The town was in a state of panic. People were afraid to leave their homes, and some even considered leaving Millville altogether. The police continued to search for the figure, but their efforts seemed futile. It wasn't until a week later that the shadowy figure was finally caught. It turned out to be a homeless man who had been living in the woods outside of town. He was disheveled and dirty, but he didn't pose a threat to anyone. He had simply been trying to stay hidden from the world. As the town slowly returned to normal, Emily found herself feeling sorry for the homeless man. She realized that sometimes, fear can cause people to jump to conclusions and make assumptions about others. She vowed to be more understanding and compassionate in the future. And so, Millville learned a valuable lesson, that sometimes the things we fear the most are not as scary as they seem, and that it's important to approach every situation with an open mind and a compassionate heart.